Faust, 1994, directed by the enigmatic Czech surrealist animator Jan Švankmajer, is not a straightforward narrative but a darkly whimsical, deeply unsettling, and uniquely tactile adaptation of the classic German legend. It's a film that blurs the lines between reality, dream, and theatrical performance, forcing the viewer into a disorienting, almost Kafkaesque experience. The story opens in modern-day Prague, a city often associated with magic and the occult. We are introduced to an unnamed everyman, played by Petr Cipek in his final role, a seemingly ordinary, middle-aged Czech citizen. His existence appears mundane, marked by a sparse apartment and simple meals. As he emerges from a metro station, a seemingly insignificant event occurs. He encounters two mysterious men, almost like vagabonds or street hawkers, handing out cryptic maps of the city with a specific location marked with a red X. Though he initially shrugs it off and discards the map, strange, unsettling omens begin to plague his routine. He witnesses a doll's head being crushed in a closing door, a black chicken inexplicably flees his apartment, and, most bizarrely, he discovers an egg hidden inside his loaf of bread. These bizarre occurrences, imbued with a quiet menace, hint at an unseen force drawing him into an inescapable web. Driven by an inexplicable pull, and finding another copy of the map mysteriously in his drawer, the man eventually follows the marked location. It leads him to a dilapidated, forgotten theater, shrouded in an aura of decay and mystery. He enters just as another terrified man rushes out, hinting at the unsettling nature of the place. Inside, he stumbles into a dusty, disheveled dressing room, filled with an array of props, costumes, and the eerie silence of abandoned performance. Here, he finds a charred script, a magician's robe adorned with arcane sigils, grease paint, and a fake beard. With a strange sense of resignation or perhaps a nascent curiosity, he dons the robe and beard, seemingly transforming into Faust. He's not just playing a role, he is slowly, subtly becoming entangled in the very myth, reciting lines from the historical Faust legends. From the dressing room, the boundaries of reality dissolve further. He finds himself abruptly in an alchemist's laboratory, a cavernous, dusty space filled with bubbling beakers, arcane symbols, and ancient tomes. Guided by an old book of spells, Faust engages in grotesque experiments. In a remarkable stop-motion sequence, he brings a small, crude clay baby to life. This grotesque creation rapidly ages before his eyes, contorting and transforming into a horrifying, skull-like figure, a chilling reflection of mortality and decay. He is then visited by two giant, unsettling marionettes, representing an angel and a devil. These puppets, with their visible strings and blank, unblinking eyes, alternately urge him towards theological salvation or tempt him with the allure of the dark arts and forbidden knowledge. Their arguments are stilted, almost comical, yet carry a weighty, ominous undertone, highlighting the lack of genuine choice. Through his increasingly desperate and bizarre magical experiments, he finally succeeds in summoning Mephistopheles, the devil's minion. Mephistopheles appears as a truly unsettling sight, a giant, disembodied head that strangely resembles Faust's own face, constantly twitching and speaking in a jerky, unnatural manner. Faust, now driven by a mix of intellectual curiosity, boredom with his mundane life, and a desire for self-indulgence and power, agrees to sell his soul to the devil. He signs the infamous contract, often with a mischievous, mocking devil puppet attempting to snatch the quill or disrupt the signing, underscoring the absurd nature of the pact. His infernal deal grants him 24 years of power, pleasure, and the fulfillment of his desires. What follows is a series of surreal, darkly humorous, and often unsettling vignettes. He performs bizarre magical feats, like making wine gush from a tabletop at a cafe run by one of the mysterious map givers, or conjuring seemingly impossible objects. He even travels to Portugal, where his attempts to display supernatural prowess lead to accidental chaos at a royal court, demonstrating the unpredictable and often messy nature of his newfound powers. Throughout his journey, the lines between reality, theatrical performance, and surreal dream blur almost seamlessly. Live-action scenes featuring the human Faust transition abruptly into meticulously crafted stop-motion animation, and puppets interact directly with the human Faust, sometimes seeming to control his actions, other times acting independently, as if the entire world is a stage and he is merely a player, or perhaps a puppet himself. As his allotted time begins to run out, Faust becomes increasingly tormented by the various devils and their minions who come to collect his soul. The atmosphere grows oppressive, laden with dread. He tries desperately to escape the confines of the theater, fleeing into the familiar, yet now equally menacing, streets of modern-day Prague. He runs in panic, the devils hot on his heels. However, his fate is inescapable. The film culminates in a chilling sense of circularity and predestination. The man who fled into the street is abruptly hit by a passing car, a shockingly mundane end for such a fantastical journey. The final, unsettling shot shows another passerby, a seemingly ordinary man, bending down to pick up a map that has fallen onto the pavement, a map identical to the one that started our protagonist's descent into the infernal. This powerful ending suggests that the Faustian bargain is not a unique, isolated event, but a recurring, almost mundane trap, a cyclical damnation that awaits any who succumb to curiosity, boredom, or unchecked desire in a world where manipulation, both seen and unseen, is a constant force. Švankmajer leaves us with the unsettling thought that we are all, perhaps, merely puppets in a larger, inescapable play.
Text prompting viewers to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates on this developing story.